Um, Hello, I'm back with another video today. Uh, Meliodas one will be coming out today also. I just have to do this one and two others, including the Meliodas. So, yeah, we will start off this video. As we're doing some backstory here. As we go all the way to... No, we're just... Yeah, backstory kind of. As when Naruto was born, the Sage Six Path saw... Because Sage Six Path is basically God. He saw in the future that Naruto was going to be tortured, on the brink of death most of the time. So he gave Naruto a gift. Now, this gift is kind of like the... kind of what you see right there. As it's pretty cool, right? So Sage Six Path did something as he had his hand like he was going to take out an eye. And he took out both of Naruto's eyes. As then the Sage Six Path injected his blood in the eyes. As you're like, he really can't do that since I'm making that up. As he shoved them back in. As you're like, well, then wouldn't he get the Rinnegan and all that? No, the Sage Six Path did something special to him. As he basically just gave him this dojutsu. As, since he's basically God, that's what he did. As the eyes went back into Naruto. As it's time, we do a 4-year time skip. As he keeps on getting on the brink of death. Yeah, and that's just happening as Sarutobi doesn't do anything about it. So then we're going to do another 4-year time skip. As we see Naruto going inside the academy. As Naruto is a born prodigy. Yeah, he is supposed to be a born prodigy. He just messes up a lot. Because no one notices him and all of that. So, they're in the academy. As he actually gets invited to sit over with Shikamaru and Choji. As Choji offers Naruto chips, as Shikamaru just let him sit by, them. As Naruto gladly took the chips, as this was the start of a great friendship. So, Sasuke would always, he used to be happy until 5 days later. Actually, during those 8 years, he did unlock his dojutsu. During those 8 years, he did unlock his dojutsu. But you couldn't really tell. He didn't know. He didn't know that he unlocked his dojutsu. He didn't even know he had a dojutsu. As the ship of... I have a ship for this, and I'm going to do it. Because I kind of, am a fanboy over this girl. So, this is the anime girl, Naruto. Nothing. Naruto unlocked the Naruto has the eye. Let's call it... Hold on. Gotta think of a name. Hold on. Actually, I don't know what it should be called. Put in the comments what it should be called. Yeah, just put in the comments what it should be called. I hope there is comments this time. Sorry about there not being comments on the Meliodas video. I'm trying to figure that out. Basically, 5 days later, Sasuke's whole entire family gets killed. As Sasuke is now emo. So we do a 4-year time skip. As he's actually 12. As he passes the academy. He doesn't pass with flying colors though, just because he was never picked on to answer his questions. So he just passes. As Mizuki was mad at this because he wanted to steal a scroll. He wanted him to steal a scroll. So Naruto is just walking. But Mizuki stops him, saying, "Well, Naruto, you want a private tutor?" As Naruto says, "Yeah, kind of." Mizuki's smiling, saying, "Well, we have this thing where if you get the scroll, you get a private tutor." As Naruto knew this was false, but he's like, okay. Because he did want to learn some scrolls from there. As Naruto went on. As, like I said, Ruka and him never had that relationship. So Naruto took the scroll in the forest as he was reading a ton of jutsus. He wrote down the flying Raijin. He wrote down the Edo Tensei. And he wrote down the Rasengan. That's it. But he was waiting as Mizuki came. As Mizuki saw Naruto reading, as he's like, "Naruto, you're such an idiot." As Naruto pulls out kunai and throws it at Mizuki. As Mizuki thought he was going for his foot, as he moved his foot, as a branch then fell. As Mizuki's like, I see. As he unbuckles his demon wind shurikens. As Naruto's not as fast as normal, as when the shurikens were about to hit him, his eyes turned on. As they kind of gave him this buff, but they're like the dollar store Sharingan. Because they give such an OP power. So they can only, slow time by a millisecond. As Naruto had some more speed, he thought, so he dodged. So Naruto was just running. As he had some sealing scrolls, he knew some sealings jutsus, or some Fuing jutsus. As he he sealed the scroll of sealing in his arm. As Naruto As someone actually came, Kakashi came to stop Misaki. As Misaki obviously wasn't enough for Kakashi, but he did have to use his Sharingan a bit. Now you're like, oh, Kakashi could have beaten him really easily. Well, actually, there were two sound people waiting for him, as they saw he was taking forever, as they ran after him. As they don't care for his life, but they're wondering if he changed his mind as they run after him. As it's 3v1, as Kakashi kills them all, but one got his mask flown off. As he looks in Naruto's eyes, as he gives him an eye smile, as Kakashi notices he's not wearing his headband, as he gets it on, as Naruto looked at him, as he said thank you. As when Kakashi finally put it on, Naruto felt something in his eyes. As he started holding his eyes, as they were burning like crazy. As Naruto's eyes were just burning, as they wouldn't stop burning, as Naruto passed out. Because he unlocked in the Sharingan one tomo. And the method of unlocking a Sharingan is so brutal to a child. As Sasuke obviously didn't have his Sharingan. As Sasuke was kind of arrogant in this one. Because he's always arrogant. Like, what else should I say about that? As Naruto is in the hospital. As the third Hokage asked Naruto where the scroll of sealing was. As Naruto said he did not know. As the third Hokage said, well, didn't you have it? As Naruto said, yes, but I left it where I was fighting Misaki. And so I don't know what happened to it. As Naruto hid the scroll of the sealing thing on his arm. As Sarutobi nodded. As Naruto was just getting up. As Sarutobi noticed this, as he said, Naruto, are you okay? Naruto was having a bit trouble getting up, and he's like, yeah, I'm fine. As he did not trust any of the doctors or nurses, as Naruto said, I gotta go. As he was trying to get up, as his legs were kind of moving. As the Kyuubi healed his legs fully, as Naruto could move again. As Naruto was just running out of the hospital. As Naruto went into the Kyuubi's, as he went home and he fell asleep. As he's now in the sewer, as the Kyuubi's like, oh, hello, Naruto. Naruto says, hello. As Kyuubi kind of felt some warmth off of Naruto, as like if he was the Kyuubi's father. That's why he's being so nice. As Naruto says, what's wrong with my eyes? I felt a burning sensation back there. As Naruto, as the Kyuubi said, you unlocked a dojutsu. 2, actually. 1, I don't know the name of it. Put down in the comments for the name of it. 2, you unlock the Sharingan. But I believe that the first dojutsu you unlocked got you that Sharingan, as I believe it can copy Genkais. As Naruto asked if the Kyuubi can train him in these techniques. As the scroll of sealing is said to have every jutsu, So, yeah. As he needs to know his chakra natures. As he pulls out a piece of paper, as he infuses his chakra in it. As since his eyes were given the blood of Hamaromo, the Sage's Path, he has all 5 chakra natures. As a surprise to Kyuubi, but he just goes along with it. As Naruto wants to leave this... Oh, no. Never mind. Don't pay attention to what I was about to say. As Naruto just is waiting. As we see Sarutobi as he talked to Kakashi. As Kakashi said, there was something in that boy's eye. But I don't know what it was. It looked something. It looked really weird. But I couldn't explain it. As Sarutobi nodded, as he's like, think Naruto knows of it? As Kakashi nods his head, saying, yes and no. I don't know if he knows about it, but he might know about it. You might need to call a council meeting talking about what happened. As make sure not to include the citizens part of the council, because this is the Shinobi Matters. As Sarutobi nodded his head, as we do 3-day time skip, as Sasuke was... Hold on, give me a second. So we're gonna make Naruto be on team... No, we'll have him the same. Never mind. So the team are the same. As Kakashi calls on the roof, as Sasuke says the same thing, as Sakura says the same thing. Naruto says something different, as he's like, my likes are training and learning jutsus. My dream is to become the greatest leaf shinobi. He doesn't really want to be Hokage, but it's kind of implied. So Kakashi said, okay. As he's like, meet me on training ground 7 tomorrow, make sure not to eat. As the Kyuubi said, this was a lie. You should eat. As Naruto agrees. So we do the next day. As I'm going to get in the land of Wave Arc in this episode. So we're doing a little thing. As we actually go and see Naruto eating a full breakfast and taking some soldier pills. So we go to see Naruto. As they go there, as Kakashi's obviously late. So Naruto is wandering around. As Naruto goes to Team 7. As they're all there. As Kakashi says, begin. As he tells them the rules and everything. As they all jump in the forest. As he's like, oh, they're all smart. Good. So I have to get rid of all that. As Naruto then goes out in the open field. As Kakashi says, As Naruto leaves some hand signs. As he says, no, he doesn't do that. As he just goes into a taijutsu fight. As Kakashi is easily dodging this. As we see Naruto and we see Sasuke looking down on Naruto saying, that brat's doing a lot of work. As he goes in, as he basically says fire style, fireball jutsu. As he was on the side of Kakashi where Naruto wasn't trying to kick him. As Kakashi kind of had to duck under this. As Naruto jumped above this. As Kakashi just took Sasuke inside the ground. As Kakashi popped up right behind Sakura and did his genjutsu as it was just Naruto left. Naruto says, I see, it's just you and me. Well, if that's it, as Naruto puts on some eye protectors or sunglasses. As Kakashi was wondering why. As Naruto turned on the one Tomo Sharingan. As Kakashi couldn't see this. As Naruto asked the Kyuubi to lend him some chakra. As he really wanted to get those bells. As Kyuubi nodded. As he gave Naruto a kind of a cloak of chakra. As it can't really be shown though. As Naruto goes into a taijutsu fight. As he punches at Kakashi. As Kakashi gets blown back by this. As then Kakashi teleports right in front of him. As Kakashi says, As he is right now attacking Naruto. As Naruto managed to grab the bells. As then the timer hit. As Naruto said, okay, Kyuubi, take your chakra back. As he did, as Naruto turned off the Sharingan and was like, Kakashi, hello. As Sasuke was surprised that Naruto even got to take the bells. As Kakashi wasn't even trying, because if he was, he would have put down the book. As Sakura came out, as Naruto was pulling Sasuke out. He's like, don't touch me, dope. As he was also jealous of Naruto. Naruto was like, okay. As Kakashi said, what do you want to do? As he passed the bells out, and he's like, that's what I'm going to do. As Kakashi said, well, it's time for T7 to begin its missions. As it was all test. We'll begin our missions tomorrow. We'll start off with D ranks. As they all nod their head as they go. As Naruto decided to train that night in his mindscape. With shadow clones, of course. As the Kyuubi told him the secret trick. As Naruto nodded. As we see Naruto going toward the training grounds. No, he's training in his mindscape, sorry. As he just trained in his mindscape. As we go to the next day. After a month of Naruto keep on doing this routine, he kind of was more skilled in ninjutsu and taijutsu. And they were completing D ranks. As Naruto asked for a C rank politely this time, as he's like, Hokage. Could we please get a C rank? I believe we're all ready. As Iruka was like, well, Naruto, as he said it kind of nicer, because Naruto did ask politely. As Iruka said, well, the ninja system doesn't work like that. When you get up to Chunin, you're allowed to take C or B rank missions. As Saratobi said, well, hold on, Iruka. Sure, Naruto, you can get a C rank mission, but you have to, if you fail the C rank, you will not be able to do another C rank for, let's say, another month. As Naruto nodded. As Sasuke was saying in his mind, what a dope. As Sasuke, as Tazuna walked in, as he said, I asked for real shinobis. That one looks like emo. That one's pink, and that one's pinky. As he looked at Naruto and Kakashi, as Naruto had this fake grin on his face, as Tazuna said, I actually like the kid in the middle. He seems fun. As Naruto smiled greatly at this. As so, Kakashi says we will be doing this mission tomorrow, starting tomorrow at 10 p.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m. Sharp. Don't be late. As he teleports away, basically, body flickers away. As Naruto says, well, okay. As they go, as they start to go, as 10 a.m. sharp to the next day, as Sasuke and Sakura kind of had heavy bags because they were preparing to stay there for a while, but Naruto just had a couple scrolls inside a bag. As Kakashi said, really guys, did you need to take all of that? As Sasuke said, yeah. As they both say yes, as Tazuna said, come on. As he's not drunk. As he's just like, come on. As he said, well, let's go. As he started to walk in the forest. As they said, as Naruto noticed the puddle, so did Kakashi. Kakashi saw that Naruto noticed the puddle. As he said, good job, Naruto. As Naruto nodded his head. Sorry, I need a drink real quick. As Naruto was just now walking, as the Chunin brothers come on, as they quote-unquote kill Kakashi, as Kakashi was just pretending to be dead, like normal. As Naruto went in, as he kind of punched the demon brothers, on their forehead. Sorry about that. As they punched themselves on the forehead. As Naruto says, they were after you, Tazuna. You want us to talk about that? As Tazuna was like, well, Naruto. As he'd never called Naruto a nickname. As he's like, well, Naruto, we could not afford a A or B rank mission. So, we were just after, we had just say it was a C rank mission. As Naruto nodded his head as he said, well, it would have been lovely to know this after we left the village, so we could prepare ourselves. As Tazuna scratched the back of his head, as he's like, yeah, sorry. As Naruto says, Kakashi, you can come out now. As Kakashi came out of the shadows, as he's like, good job, Naruto. Sasuke, Sakura, I'm disappointed in you. As Naruto was just walking, as he noticed some ruffling in the bushes, as he threw kunai, as he kind of killed a rabbit. As Zabuza came out, as Zabuza thrown his sword, as Naruto was like, duck, as everyone ducked, as Kakashi tackled Tazuna, as Tazuna was surprised as Kakashi's one up as he saw Zabuza Momoshiki, as he's like one of the 7 deadly swordsmen. As Zabuza says, I'm honored to know that you know about me. I'm honored that you know about me, he says. As Kakashi says, how would I not know of you? You're an S-class wanted ninja. As Zabuza laughs, as he's like, I guess so. So Kakashi says, everyone stand back. As they do it, as they protect Tazuna, as they basically go into a taijutsu fight, him and Kakashi and Zabuza. As you know what happens, as the Naruto goes in, as he punches right through the water clone. As he punches and Zabuza jumps back, because he has to. Then Naruto, he's about Chunin level. As Naruto was just standing there, as Kakashi thanked Naruto. As Naruto said, no problem. So we're going to do, as everything happens the same, but we go into the Mist Village. As we see the Mizukage, Aurora. As Aurora was the Mizukage, because the battle stopped. So the battle stopped as Naruto was just thinking about, as Aurora was just thinking about what to do. As she knew Zabuza only left the mist because of the last Mizukage. As Naruto, as she said, well, how about I go retrieve Zabuza and restart the 7 deadly swordsman thing? As she nods to herself, as she says, Mei, as Mei walked out, as, hold on, let me make sure her name's Mei. Hold on, give me a second. We're going to go with Mei. No, Mai. We're going to go with Mai. As she says Mai. As Mai walks in. As she is 12 too. As she says, go take this letter to Zabuza. As Mei says, what about my team? As she was not team leader, she was just asking, why didn't you call my team leader? As she said, I knew you were closer, so go tell your team leader, and then you have to be off. as she nodded, as Naruto, as then we go back to Naruto's perspective. As so they walk in, everything happens basically the same other than the argument between the little kid and Naruto. As so the fight never happened. As so we're just going to fly past that. As then we go in the forest where Naruto lays down. As we see Haku. As Naruto sensed this chakra, it was like familiar to him. As he noticed, this was the hunter Nin that didn't as working for Zabuza. As Naruto said, "What are you doing?" As she says, I'm making sure Zabuza is healthy." As Mai's team was in range of that, as they went over there and said, "Who are you?" As Haku saw the headband as he pulled out his senbon. As they said, "We just want to talk to Zabuza about rejoining the mist." As Naruto was interested in this. As he said, "Well, Zabuza is currently out." As they were like, "Okay." As Naruto wanted to learn more. As yes, I'm going to make him part of the Mist Village. Just because I have a ship. And you know the ship. Yeah. I don't like him in the Leaf Village just because I make my life easier. So... No, I don't make it easier. As it doesn't matter. As so, we're going to... As he says, "Okay, I'll take you to Master Zabuza." As so... Kakashi goes looking for a student. As he reports that Naruto is missing. As this surprises all of them. As Naruto is now missing. As Naruto went with the Mist Village. As he's like, "The Leaf Village treated me like crap. Even though I'm supposed to be loyal, I just can't." As Naruto has left. As he still has the scroll of sealing. As this is his way of getting in the mist. As Naruto was just sitting around. As Mai asked why he was following her. As Naruto said, "I was wondering if I could join your village." As she saw the Kohan headband, and she's like, "You'd have to talk to the Mizukage." As Zabuza saw that the brat wanted to join, as he's like, "What could you even offer to the Mizukage's new thing?" As Naruto said, "More than you can offer." As Zabuza got mad at this, as Naruto said, "I have the scroll of sealing sealed inside my arm." As Zabuza saw the sealing jutsu, as this surprised Zabuza, and he's like, "Yeah, I guess you do have more than I can offer right now." As Naruto laughed, as Zabuza admitted this. As that's where I'm going to end off here. I made it 40 minutes. I'll make the Meliodas one, but I'm not making the one other. Well, I hope you have a wonderful day. Like and subscribe if you want to. Well, actually, like, because I need to know if you like this or not. But subscribe if you want to. Goodbye!